and we go.
Recording started.
We're recording. We're live. I mean,
Yeah.
we're live.
Live. Dan, I'm going to say something here.
Say it.
Well, why don't we start? We're doing this. I'm going to hit record on the
Hit record, Tom. Go ahead. Tap that record button. Get this on. Get this on the record.
Yeah. Dan, we finally did it.
What?
We have finally got ourselves a Terminator timeline of our own.
Oh man, this is great. So if you're listening to this right now, I am in Jersey, just soaking up that sand and sun, relaxing. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So if you don't, if you don't know what a Terminator timeline is, we are in the present and our present recording this, but you're watching us in the future. But when you're watching us, it's in your present, but we're actually in the past right now.
Say it again, Tom, but slower.
But slower.
It's
right,
great.
everybody. Yeah, welcome to another episode of the Best Friends podcast in the world. We're doing something new. Audio listeners are going to not experience any difference.
Not at all. This is this is every day. This is business as usual.
Yeah, but for our stream watchers, we are recording this. We don't have a chat tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
I mean, it's like it makes this easier but harder at the same time because we don't have anyone to interact with but ourselves.
Yeah, Tom, I don't want to say it, but I feel like we rely heavily on the chat sometimes. It comes up and we're like, man, thank you for filling a gap, Chris from Harrisburg.
yeah.
Thank you for filling that gap, Dylan.
Yeah, I agree. But we don't have that tonight. If you're watching, Dan and I are probably in the chat right now.
Yeah, we are probably in the chat. I'm in Cape May. I'm a couple bevies deep, probably just interacting and hanging out. I'm in party mode. It's Tuesday. I'm midway through my vacation. I'm probably heavy into the chat.
I am probably sitting in my marital bed, nice and cozy, looking at this on my phone like, what the fuck? What did we do?
My marital bed?
Yeah, my marital bed.
Sounds like you have 2 twin beds in that room and you pushed them together tonight just for this.
Oh yeah. And I'm in bed like Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's grandparents, like just in a big nightgown.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I've got an oil lamp next to the bed. An oil lantern.
Real safe.
But that's a true Terminator timeline.
It is.
With us being in the chat too.
Yeah. This is Sarah Connor, we're here to save your kids style timeline.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. What's up, everybody?
What is up?
We're back. We're kind of back. We got 2 episodes to record tonight, Dan.
I'm ready.
Well, are you though?
I ain't got shit to do tonight.
So we're recording this. This is the Best Friends podcast in the world. It's the #1 source for all things craft beer related, international acclaim, Cindy Crawford approved podcast, the high fives and friendship. I'm your host, the crispiest boys, the crowd killer of Crispies, Tom.
And I'm your other host, the Hop Master General, the Warriors for Rattlesnake. Hell yeah, it's Dan.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, so we're we had to get this in. So you'll find out. We're going to record the next episode. We're going to be dressed the exact same for 2 straight episodes.
I know.
Nothing's going to change. My background will change probably.
That's it.
Yeah, but we're going to we have to record these because Dan, as you're watching this, is on vacation, like he had mentioned. Yeah. And then when you watch the next episode, I will be on vacation. So
I thought we went like dueling pit vipers. Like I'll wear the pit vipers for this episode, and then you wear them for the next episode, because that used to be the vacation like apparel back in the day. Pit vipers, little button up with the button up floral, Hawaiian shirt.
How our wives allowed us to record while we were on vacation is beyond me.
I have no idea how we did that. I was like, I'm packing a whole podcast platform on my way down.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy to not do that this time.
Yes, I am very much looking forward to not having to set up a makeshift podcast studio on a deck
so
to
great.
get rained on. But yeah, so we're back. I guess, do I have it? We have it, right? We have stuff. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan. We're the best friends podcast in the world, and we're going to start a little South Carolina hardcore right here.
You doing a Stretch Armstrong? You doing it?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're the best friends podcast in the world. We're starting right now.
Man, South Carolina rips in hardcore.
Yeah, so that's probably the highlight of South Carolina tonight, folks. So
that's the highest on the mountain we're gonna go, because it's all downhill from here.
I gotta say, I'm gonna look into this band. So that was Stretch Armstrong.
I'm pretty stoked on it, man. It was
these man, it's they sound pretty good. I'm gonna check them out. I'm adding them to my Apple Music right now. Come on now. There we go. Got it. Lug nut. So all right, let's do this. Let's get this housekeeping done.
Get in there.
All right, everybody.
Ooh, I got it this time.
Yeah. Everybody, follow, rate, review. Give us a follow on all podcast platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can give us a rating. Dan, what is that rating?
Oh, Tom, that is a 5-star party, baby.
5-star party. Yeah. Choose a review. Hey, Dan, new one. You can comment on episodes on Spotify, and we've had a few comments.
Oh yeah, what are the comments?
It's just the bit commenting.
It's the bit.
The bit is commenting. I'll have to see if I can bring it up. But yeah,
that's awesome.
The bit has commented on our episodes, and you can too. You can be just like the bit. So yeah, give us a review. It's really the best way to support the podcast non-monetarily. If you do want to support the podcast monetarily, there's 2 ways to do it. There's a link in our bio. You can go there. There's a listener support section. You can go there, donate a couple bucks, and whatever. If you want to support us the best way monetarily, that is, Daniel,
sub with Prime.
Yep. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can link it to your Twitch. Check us out, twitch.com/bestbestfriendspod. Twitch.tv/bestbestfriendspod. You can go there. You can subscribe for a couple months for free. We get a little kickback. Yeah, and as always, we are part of the Hopped Up Network. Hopped Up Network is an ever-growing group of independent craft beer podcasts, much like our own. If you like our podcast, you might like some of the others on the network. Check them out. www.hoppedupnetwork.com. Instagram at
Hopped Up Network.
All right. Well, before we get into this beer, Dan, which I really want to get into right now, I'm so thirsty.
Go on, Tom.
There it is, Dan. The bit. Can you see it?
What does that say? Contain. Wait, hold on. I gotta go back.
All he did was in Connecticut. He just wrote, "This is the best friends pod. This is the best friends podcast in the world."
Man, the bit is just. I love it.
And then he in Massachusetts episode, he commented, "Contains a very correct take on the people in Boston. Best and most educational podcast."
Jesus.
All right, let's it's published, so I'm gonna give a little heart there.
Give it a little heart. I hope it's not the Jersey one. When people are like, "Hey, we tried to listen to the Connecticut episode and it was Jersey."
Oh, I fixed that quick. Come on now. I was quick on that one. The fix was fast. Yeah, so we ran into a bit of a pickle.
Bit of a pick. Yeah. I mean, South Carolina. Ooh.
Yeah. So if you are a stream watcher, and you stuck around to the end of last week's episode, you would have heard us trying to figure out what South Carolina beer we're going to do.
Yeah, it was tough.
So we finally ran into a situation where we weren't able to get a beer from the state that we were going to do.
That sucked.
Yeah. So South Carolina was not one that I was worried about. I thought we were going to breeze through the East Coast.
I thought it had some like stupid vacation beer that just came out over the summer that we could just like grab on. I'm like, there's probably something from Hilton Head that people are clamoring over.
And they have a brewery that we have got in this area before, Thomas Creek. It's been in Wegmans.
Yeah, yeah. Thomas Creek has been around and it is gone now.
Yeah. Gone is the chocolate blood orange IPA. Probably for the better, but it would have helped us out. We would have had something to talk about, but we're gonna make the best of the situation.
Is it the best, Tom?
I mean, if you want to go by numbers, probably.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it though.
Well, I mean, this is a multiple time beer on the podcast. This has been featured before.
I wasn't here for it though.
You were not. I think you were on vacation.
I was on vacation when you did this with, I believe, your brother.
Yes, with my brother. So Dan came up with the great idea of, and I will preface it, this is a Dan idea.
Unfortunately.
So Dan said, why don't we do the beer that is the most popular in the state of South Carolina?
Since we couldn't find a beer from South Carolina that we could actually purchase.
Yeah. So, and that beer just happens to be
Tom,
the king of beers, Dan.
Oh,
it's made from the choicest hops, rice, and the best barley malt.
Yikes!
It is. So unsurprising to everybody, the number one beer in South Carolina is Bud Heavy.
It's Bud Heavy.
What an iconic label, Dan. It
is. I mean, when you see it on a 16-ounce can, it really is breathtaking.
So it's a 16-ounce can, but for some reason it seems bigger, Dan.
It does.
It seems daunting.
Heavy lies the crown.
Yeah. Oh, good pun there, Dan. I like that. All right, let's get a crack. Let's get drinking this thing, and I'm sure we have more zingers to throw out here. 3, 2, 1.
Just right out the can.
Yeah, bottoms up, baby.
I'm gonna pour this out and see what it looks like.
I'll tell you what, Dan. I said it on the last time I featured it. I'll say it again. It's not bad.
And I mean, check out the clarity on that. That is.
Yeah.
There's my face. I am still in the podcast right now. That's a lot of corn on the smell, though.
Dig into
it's a lot of corn on the nose.
Dig into it, Dan.
It's exactly how I imagined it.
It's not bad. I bet you know what? I bet you if you were ripping a heater right now, this would be amazing.
Yeah, if you're ripping a heater, this is quenching your thirst.
Yeah.
This is dry. This is quenching a dry mouth if you're ripping a heater out on a patio right now.
So I stopped at a giant grocery store when on my way home to get this because I was like,
this is the grocery store purchase.
Oh yeah, because I was like, I want a 6-pack. I don't want to be walking out with like a case. I don't want a 30 rack of Bud Heavies.
I almost went to Giant just for the single. I was like, you know what? I'll just get a bottle of Bud, just one single, and I'll be fine.
I thought about it. So I looked at the 6-pack of the bottles, and I was like, it has to be a can.
You know what? The can has so much more like detail to it. I mean, this is a beautiful looking can.
Mm-hmm. It's as American as it gets, Dan.
Yeah.
So I got there and the only 6-pack of cans they had was the Pounders. And I was like, well,
nothing says best friends podcast like a 6-pack of Pounders. For how much?
I don't even know. $7?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like $6 for the Gansett 6-pack.
Yeah. The other option I had was 2 40-ounce cans for $5. They were 2 for $5.
Ooh, Tom, I almost did the same thing at Lemmy Bev because I wanted to try and get a 2 for 1, and I was already there for our next episode. Peel the curtain back a little bit. For New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got an actual New Hampshire beer for next episode, so stick around. But on my way out, I looked at the Budweiser choices, and it was like a 6-pack of bottles, like you said, and then 32-ounce like growlers of Budweiser in the singles cooler by the front. Ooh, I almost did it. I didn't want to do it to us though.
No, I thought the same thing. I was standing in the line staring at them, and I stared at them for a good long time, just sitting there looking like, do we do it? If we didn't have a second episode to record, I would have gotten them.
You know what? I have a little lunch bag full of beers down here, just ready for this night. I felt like I was packing up for a sleepover. I'm like, I'm just gonna go down to the basement. Let me pack some beers. I'm not
Tom's waiting for me downstairs.
Yeah. We're gonna play some Sega Genesis.
Got the new Mortal Kombat.
I got Sonic and Knuckles. You can actually put Sonic 2 right on top of it, and you can play as Knuckles through Sonic 2, and we're gonna do
that. So I bought these at Giant, and I gotta say, I felt judged by the checkout clerk. Throwing on a Thursday night, throwing a 6er of these up on the counter.
Yeah, how'd it go?
I felt judged, Dan.
You felt like eyes were on you.
Yeah, I felt the young African American gentleman was like, boy, this white boy gets into it.
Damn, when you go South Carolina episode, you really go South Carolina episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you sound like my grandmother. This color gentleman was judging me.
Wow.
Well, Tom, dig yourself out of this hole.
Right? I said the fine young African American gentleman.
Yeah, exactly what my grandmother would say.
You well, so your grandmother used the correct nomenclature.
Do we have to bring it up for it though? Come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think in this case where
All right, Tom.
I look like
So
white trash
you felt
grabbing.
you felt judged. You grabbed a
Yeah.
6-pack of 16-ounce Bud Heavies.
Yeah. I'll tell you what,
Uh,
Dan, this is going down smooth.
It is. It is going down very smooth. I'm trying hard not to praise it too much because Natty Boh was so great last episode, and
Yeah.
I don't want to give Budweiser the same praise right now.
No, it's not. It's no natty. It's no Natty Boh.
It's no Natty Boh.
But it's better than you remember, right?
A little bit. A little bit. I mean, the corn sweetness is brutal on this. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. American, it's an American lager. You want to use the corn, you want to use the rice, but the sweetness that is derived from it is just it's sickening sweet. It's too much like a cream ale. I wouldn't. It's not crisp enough to be a lager, in my opinion. I don't think it's dry enough.
So on the side of the can, Dan, it says genuine, and I just don't know genuine what.
It's genuine. I don't know, man. It's sweet. That sweetness is too much for me now. It tastes like a cream ale.
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from there.
But it's not bad. Like I'm actually enjoying it. Man, it's not like it kind of makes me want to visit like the light again, but I feel like I didn't like light as much as I like heavy. I like this more than I like Bud Light.
I was absolutely going to get into that. I would drink this 10 times out of 10 over Bud Light.
Same. I feel like I was more disappointed in Bud Light than I was in this because I like, in terms of an American lager, the American light lager a little bit more. Like Miller Lite is, I mean, that's the gold standard. I feel, and that's an opinion that probably changes across the country, but Miller Lite is the gold standard in American light lager.
Yes, absolutely. I honestly, all the other light beers are trash. I don't like a Coors Light. I don't like a Bud Light.
Yeah, I don't like anything else like light beers.
No. And Dan, Budweiser, no corn. No corn.
There's only rice. It's all rice. It's a rice sweetness, I guess. Then.
Yeah. I think
it's a little bit of sweetness on it. It is a sweet beer.
There is a sweetness to it. Beers made by
Oh man, could you imagine just like killing this after like a blue collar shift in the 70s, just going to a bar and just getting a Bud Heavy?
Oh man.
I feel like South Carolina was ripe with those gentlemen just you're coming off the docks with crabs, or I don't know, like what is South Carolina known for?
I feel like the whole state is just wildwood.
Dude, I think of Myrtle Beach for your bachelor party. That was South Carolina, right?
Yes. It's like the very top of South Carolina.
Yeah, it feels like South Jersey.
Yeah.
It's like deep South Jersey.
It's a whole city it's Wildwood, but if the Wildwood Boardwalk was an entire city.
Or an entire state, yeah. And driving through the middle of it is just brutal.
It's not a great state. And we'll get into it. I think it's going to be very easy to talk about why this state stinks. But let's get into why we chose this beer. So we looked up what is South Carolina's most popular beer, and the most popular beer is Budweiser. Just like the majority of the country, South Carolinians, enjoy throwing back a cold Budweiser more than any other brand of beer. In addition to South Carolina, these states also enjoy Budweiser more than any other beer. Alabama, Arkansas, California, Idaho, Iowa, Kentucky, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, New York, Oklahoma, Oregon, no Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, Virginia, and West Virginia.
Yeesh.
So the top 5 beers in South Carolina are Budweiser, Bud Light, Westbrook,
Yeah,
Miller Lite, Heineken.
I knew Miller Lite was fourth. Because if you're gonna have Miller Lite on your list, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna remember where it is. Because when I go to South Carolina, I'll be like, I want number 4. They're like, what's number 4? I'm like, you know what number 4 is, you son of a bitch.
So Westbrook is on there, and when we Googled, top rated breweries in South Carolina, Westbrook was not up there on much. But when you look at the top rated beers on Beer Advocate, it's a lot of Westbrook. So there's a Mexican coffee cake stout is number 1 by Westbrook.
I feel like Westbrook kind of looks like the Victory of South Carolina.
Yeah.
Very or like the Sly Fox. It looks like this is like the best place to go, kind of, for Universal.
So let's say the top 5 beers rated on Beer Advocate from South Carolina are a Mexican coffee cake stout from Westbrook, the Mexican cake stout from Westbrook, Boy King from Coast Brewing Company, an Imperial IPA, Sungazer by Charlestown Fermentory. That's a New England IPA, and number 5 is a Key Lime Pie Goza, which I have had on this podcast. I don't know if we both had it. From Westbrook. It's a Goza.
Awesome. I'm checking out their on tap right now, and Tom, I gotta say, Westbrook is looking like a fine on tap right now. So
yeah. What do we got?
I'm gonna rip down this real quick. So first one on tap that they list is the Marzen Lager. And the next one, Tom, Festbrook. Can you imagine what that is? Can you guess?
Ooh, Festbrook. I'm gonna go Keller beer.
Ooh, so close. We've got the Fest beer and Märzen.
Oh man,
as the top 2 beers on their tap list right now.
Okay.
And the next one is the Rice Krispie Boy, a Japanese rice lager.
Okay.
Tom, there is not a single IPA on this tap list right now. Next, we are going to their American light lager from Westbrook. Is called the Beer to Drink When It's Hot Outside. That's the name. Okay. And it's perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular.
And their American lager is just called a Very Fine Lager.
Oh, okay. Straight and to the point. Any sours or gozas on the list, Dan? On the tap?
No,
list?
After going through all those lagers, the next one on tap is a white tie. Mm-hmm. Oh wait. Oh, they do have some tart and fruity here. Oh yeah, they got a peach pie goza, the whipped cream pineapple goza, blueberry pie goza.
Yeah,
there's the key lime pie right there.
So from what I've seen from them, they are a goza factory.
Yeah, there's a serious amount of golden and refreshing lagers and tart and fruity. And then you go to the hops. They have 3 IPAs, one's a milkshake. But man, like the tart and fruity is 7 taps and 6 taps for lagers.
Wow. Yeah. And the tart and fruity is all gozas, huh?
Mostly, yeah. It's all gozas.
Wow. Okay. I mean, if we could have got some Westbrook, it seems like would have been up our alley.
Yeah, they have a pretty good list going here.
Yeah, it just, I mean,
it was tough. Did we see anything like in terms of legality that they couldn't get out of the state?
No, I'm guessing that is the case. Let's take a look here. Can South Carolina export beer? Oh, yes, they can export beer, but they first must obtain the proper permits and licenses, which I'm guessing is what's holding everybody back there. Out of state shippers, they have to get like a bunch of, yeah, it looks like a bunch of licenses to pump it out to distribution. That is unfortunate.
A lot of red tape. A lot of red tape here.
And for a state that isn't, they're not like super well known for craft beer. Maybe it's just a thing of like, we have a couple very like micro breweries, like very like local, and it's not worth getting into distribution for that.
Yeah, maybe it's just that, like, that they just don't have that name for it, like like Vermont. Which that's coming up soon, man. That is going to be a tough one for us to choose a beer from. I want to say I kind of want to throw a 2-beer episode on that, because there's a lot to take in.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in that state. That's going to be a tough one. But back to South Carolina. Dan, we talked about it before we started recording.
Go on.
This might be another Georgia.
It is. I feel like the South is really disappointing us.
And it's funny because this borders Georgia.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as you get past, I want to say that North Carolina is going to be great, because Asheville, you got Sierra Nevadas there. Sierra Nevada chose North Carolina as a second location.
I feel like when I stayed in Richmond, there were a couple breweries like within walking distance of the hotel.
Yeah, and like, just saying Asheville too. We've had New Anthem,
Burial,
New Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina is gonna slap compared to South Carolina. I feel like you just go over the border and it's disappointment until you get to maybe Florida. Like, I'm not holding my hopes high for Florida either, but I feel like it's gonna be easier to obtain.
Florida, we're gonna be able to get something from.
Yeah, you got High Lies, you got Cigar City.
That's true. Yeah,
that's like last. And then you have like the hype breweries that we can look at too.
Yeah. I know Lemmy Parktown.
Yeah.
Parktown has a spot for like those kind of beers in the back, hidden away from everybody. Their shameful corner. Very shameful corner back there.
Shame.
It's also like tucked back away from everything, just in case something re-ferments in the can and explodes.
Yeah. They're behind like plexiglass.
Yeah, they don't want to set off a chain reaction. But yeah, this is if you want an idea of how this state is going, we're sitting here drinking Bud Heavies.
Yeah.
So Dan, do you want to get into some fun facts about South Carolina?
Yeah, what are some fun facts about South Carolina? Because it's been a lot of just garbage that I've been looking up.
It's not much, Dan. It's really, really, really not much.
What's crazy as I look at it, it is hardcore into cryptids and the supernatural. all the fun facts that I've looked up has just been what we're gonna get to later in cryptids, and not much else. Like there is nothing going on in South Carolina. There's cheese in their tunnels. I don't know what this is. This is terrible.
Cheese in their tunnels?
I don't know what's going on in South Carolina, but I mean, they have some weird. They have monkeys? No, they don't have monkeys.
No. So, all right. So
what?
Here,
wait, Morgan Island, off of the coast of South Carolina, is home to 4,000 rhesus monkeys. There's a whole island of monkeys off of the coast of South Carolina.
God, the Planet of the Apes off the coast of the state.
The island is only accessible by boat, and human visitors are forbidden to set foot on the island. You can view the primates best by arriving early in the morning, and they're most active and quite noisy. There is an island of monkeys
that you can't go to.
That you can't go to.
Oh my God, they're like the people in the Senegal, the uncontacted tribe.
Yeah, the ones that they killed that dude who tried to
bring Christianity.
He tried to bring Christianity, got shot by like 9 arrows.
Yeah, probably eaten too.
Probably. Tasty Christians, man.
I don't. Is it? Do I? Are we canceled for assuming that they're cannibals?
What, the rhesus monkeys?
No, the Senegal tribe.
I mean, I assume they just want to be left alone, but they could probably eat some people. Dude, this is South Carolina, 1979. It was an island that they had a research center, and they just let the monkeys go. That's why there's over 4,000 monkeys on this island, because one research center went, let them fuck. Just let them do it.
It's like the like Stranger Things on an island out there, but with monkeys. You want to get a good glimpse of South Carolina, just look at their state nickname, Dan.
What is it?
State nickname is the Palmetto State, after its state tree, the sable palmetto, also known as the cabbage palmetto.
That sounds like the nerdiest state tree you could ever have.
Yep. The palmetto tree symbolizes Colonel Moultrie's defense of a palmetto log fort against the British in 1776.
Is that tree with the moon that they have in their like flag or whatever?
Probably.
Isn't it their South Carolina flag? Is like that it's a palmetto tree with like the
yes, Dan. Yes. Yeah, it looks like you bought a palm tree off of wish.com.
Well, it looks like you bought a koozie off of Wish. Like, honestly, if I go upstairs right now,
the state flag.
Yeah, I think from your bachelor party, I have a koozie right upstairs that has that right now. I think I took my skateboard. I remember we woke up hungover, and you guys were all hanging out in the living room. I'm like, I'm gonna go check out these gift shops, and I just took my skateboard and went and looked at gift shops.
Was that before or after we went to IHOP?
No, it was the day before we did that, where we were just like sitting around waiting to go on the boat.
Dan, I think we went to IHOP every single morning.
I mean, maybe we went to IHOP. I mean, we went to IHOP a lot.
Yeah, we did IHOP a lot.
Do you remember going to Denny's and realizing that they didn't know what home fries were?
Dan, it lives in my mind rent free.
The South has no idea what home fries are.
Excuse me, sir. What? At like 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning, just asking. We asked for what? We asked for home fries, right? That or hash browns.
Kyle. It was my brother-in-law, Kyle.
But what was the term that they couldn't understand? Was it home fries or hash browns?
Yeah,
it was home fries. Okay. Yeah.
Can we have home, sir? What are you talking about?
And they had no idea what that was.
No. He's like, I'll just take hash browns.
And yeah, she was like, you mean hash browns, right?
Yeah. They're two different things, brother.
Yeah, the Northeast has breakfast on lock. I mean, it is the home of the diner. I mean, Waffle House, take notes. We've been doing it forever.
Yeah, we ate breakfast like kings during that bachelor party.
We did. We had IHOP, we had Waffle House, we had Denny's. Like,
yeah. We kept making reference that we were going to go to what was the place that was next to IHOP? The Rick and Morty reference. I keep want to say Shangy's, but it's something. It's something.
Shoney's.
Shoney's, yeah. So Shoney's.
Shoney's. Yeah.
Shoney's.
It was a Shoney's right next to it. Yeah, we kept saying it. You want the shit on the wall and the mozzarella sticks? It was like shenanigans in the Northeast, but it was Shoney's.
Yeah.
She said the Rick and Morty reference. I went, Shoney.
Yeah. So South Carolina is the top peach producer in the United States due to its climate, soil, and producers.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Georgia.
It's also the birthplace of sweet tea.
Of what? Sweet tea?
Sweet tea. Y'all want some sweet tea?
Oh man, just put
y'all
that
gonna have sweet tea?
Just put that picture on the porch for like 3 days. You know, you got it.
The state name, the name South Carolina honors King Charles of England, boo, whose colony was named Carolus, which is Latin for Charles, boo.
Oh, Charles.
Charles.
Oh, Charles, I'll hit you with your own pimp. I'm the juggernaut.
Charleston was the site of the provincial congress that created the state in 1775 and became the state capital the following year. The British held the city during the American Revolution from 1780 to 1782. Jesus
Bunch
Christ.
of fucking turncoats.
Yeah, just rolled over.
Yeah, South Carolina. We're part of the British here. Fucking assholes. You and Georgia just suck.
I'm playing both sides. Got my wooden teeth.
Bunch of fucking Arnold Benedicts, am I right?
Yeah. It was the 8th state to ratify the Constitution in 1788 and the first to vote for secession in 1860. They were the first ones to vote for secession.
Yeah. They're like, you know what, guys? These people we got 10 in our fields. We want to keep them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of plantations in South Carolina.
Yeah. They took all their chips and went like,
yeah. A lot of plantations, a lot of seersuckers, a lot of mint juleps down there.
Yeah. A lot of fucking shit, man. I hate South Carolina already.
Dude,
burn it.
If you drive through South Carolina, you see a lot of plantations, and you go, I know what went on down here.
Jesus Christ. I feel like the only good thing that happened to South Carolina was like, wait, isn't all the great baseball fucking universities in South Carolina? Isn't Elon down there?
Yeah, I think Elon is Elon and
USC?
Coastal Carolina's down there.
Coastal Carolina. I mean,
Eastern Carolina.
There's a lot of good baseball down there. That's about it.
Yeah. They love scouting in our area.
Yeah.
So state capital is Columbia. The state motto. This state motto is so fucking stupid.
Let's hear it, Tom.
Dumb Spiro Sparrow. While I breathe, I hope. The fuck does that even mean?
Are they hoping the South rises again?
I'm hoping that they peel off into the ocean. Yeah. I'm hoping that monkey island takes over the state.
Yeah. Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, they're holding uprising.
Apes strong together.
Bordering neighbors. Atlantic Ocean. That's what it. Atlantic Ocean.
They're like the dude from fucking Home Improvement.
Yeah, the bordering neighbor. Yeah,
Heidi Ho, good neighbor.
Atlantic Ocean is just Wilson.
That's it, Wilson. The Wilson from Home Improvement.
Yeah,
Heidi Ho, neighbor. Would you like a monkey? Would you like a monkey island?
Oh my god. Let's see. State capital is Columbia. The biggest city is Columbia. The state bird is the Carolina wren. And state flower is the yellow jessamine.
The yellow Jezebel.
Jesus. Man, even Nat Geo Kids is like, I don't know.
I don't want to deal with this state. Isn't this the state that still had the rebel flag in their fucking state? No, wait, that was North Carolina, I think.
It might have been.
I think North Carolina still had the Dixie in their state flag for a while.
Dan, South Carolina,
yeah,
they have Pine Barrens.
I know. Hilton Head is just all Pine Barrens.
Yeah. Central part of the state is just Pine Barrens.
So it's the New Jersey of the South.
Yeah.
Without the good breweries.
The Atlantic coastal plain covers the remaining 2/3 of the state, extending west from the ocean, where the land is generally flat and includes rivers and swamps. It's literally the New Jersey of this. It's
a swamp state.
Yeah. The coastline also features sandy beaches such as Myrtle Beach. Farther inland are fertile hills. The central part of the plain contains forested pine barrens.
Oh, dude. Do you remember we did the deep sea fishing and they were cooking the fish we caught while we were out there? And we're just like eating it in tinfoil while like the hungover people in our group are just throwing up, and we're just eating fish out of tinfoil. We're like, this is fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah. I will never forget that.
The fish fucking tasted great.
Yeah. You, and my brother are the sea dwelling folks of the trip.
We just kept pulling up fish. We're like, hey, can we eat this? They're like, yeah. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. With the
what were they? They're like the cheap. They're like, yeah, these are real cheap fish. We can eat these in no time.
I think they weren't sea bass.
No, we were pulling up some sort of silver or something. And I remember we kept pulling them up and they were just like, yeah, these are big enough. We could just descale them and eat them. And they just kept giving us a foil filled pouch of fucking fish.
Yeah, which is like a lemon sitting on top.
Lemon sitting on top. And I remember your brother-in-law just fucking throwing up into his hoodie the whole time. We're just sitting there just mashing fucking fish into our gullets.
Yeah, all the three of us that had dads that forced us out on a boat every summer.
Oh, dude, we were forced to be seafaring men.
Yeah. Yeah, fishing for bottom feeders out in the Atlantic Ocean.
In the fucking inlet, man. Not even the ocean. We were in the fucking inlet.
Yeah. We don't have ocean money.
No, we have inlet money.
Inlet money.
We have flounder money.
Yeah, flounder. Flounder, it's a good tasting fish, man.
It's a great tasting fish, man. You stuff it with a little crab meat. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Hello. All right, let's get into some cryptid talk because this state is just fucking trash garbage.
Yeah, I need the one thing that I could see about South Carolina when I researched it. The number one thing was what we're going to get into tonight. Cryptid was the number one thing about South Carolina that came up when I said weird facts about South Carolina. Number one thing was what we're going to pull up for tonight on the Cryptid Minute with Stabby Pod. Guys, follow Stabby Podcast on Apple Music, their Instagram, or Apple Podcast. Their Instagram is at Stabby Pod.
All right. So we are going to be we got the Cryptid Minute. I am afraid of what jab. Who's he going to take a jab at this week?
I know. Who's getting destroyed in this episode?
All right, let's hit it. Let's see what we're going to do. The Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp. Oh boy.
The Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp is a cryptid from Lee County, South Carolina. First reported in
Huh? That's all I can say. Huh?
Bitches. It's a great face.
He does have a little bit of like that wonk eye, like he's been drinking malt liquor a little bit too much.
He's got a Cat Williams look.
Yeah.
Bitches.
1988. Described as a 7-foot tall,
Jesus
green,
Christ.
scaly human.
I love. We
imagery.
couldn't do it. We couldn't do it better than Stabby
No.
Body. Greg is. He's doing the Lord's work here.
Humanoid with red glowing eyes and sharp claws. It quickly became a local legend. The first sighting was by 17-year-old Chris.
He has the same look on his face as the lizard man. Huh?
Is this the leprechaun in Louisiana?
Huh? Why did they use that picture of him? They couldn't get a better picture of him?
I don't know. I feel like this is a great. He's like, yeah, put this out. This is gonna make my hip hop career soar.
Christopher Davis, who claimed the creature attacked his car near Scape or Swamp. Other residents.
Man, he put all this rust in my body. That's the grill, Dan. That's the grill. What's that the grill of?
That's the grill of a Dodge Avenger.
No, Dan. That's the grill of a Dodge Caravan.
I mean, I feel like it's a Dodge Avenger, like the cheap Avenger, not like the 90s. I'm talking about when they brought it back. And they're like, hey, remember, Dodge Avengers are coming back.
It's 100% a Dodge Caravan.
I mean, it could be, definitely.
But it's all rusted out. It's nothing to do with the lizard.
I know this
soon
is
reported similar encounters and found unusual 14-inch footprints. So you know what that means.
they fucking gassed the couch. All right, Greg. Jeez.
Oh, let's take it back a little bit here.
All right.
Just his delivery. So you know what that means.
Inch footprints. So you know what that means. Despite investigations, no concrete evidence was found and sightings dwindled. The legend lives on in local culture, inspiring books, merchandise, and even a small museum in Bishopville. While some believe the lizard man is a misidentified animal or hoax.
There it is. There it is.
There he is. Oh, man.
He is doing the stanky legs so hard
Oh,
right
my
there.
God. Looks like he escaped from a Chuck E. Cheese band. Looks very animatronic.
He does.
Others think it could be a previously unknown species. The lizard man remains a fascinating figure in American folklore.
Oh my God. That was the best one yet.
Beautiful. I mean,
oh my God.
I can't wait to pause and go into the next episode after this.
All right, Dan, let's get into, well, see, you had a couple more cryptids, right?
Well, no, I was looking at that, but the other cryptids I looked at, I was like, there's an island of monkeys. That was the only other cryptid I
Just
saw.
an island of monkeys.
Yeah, it was like, other than this lizard of Aura Swamp. Oh, wait, they do have UFOs, though.
It's the island of misfit monkeys.
They have a huge, I don't know. There's a ton of sightings of UFOs from what I see on this article.
Yeah, makes sense. The tracks.
I mean, if they're drinking Budweiser as much as we are, yeah, there's some aliens.
Mm-hmm. They've been seeing little green men. Let's get rid of this. All right. Well, Dan, why does South Carolina stink?
I gotta say, South Carolina stinks because of the lack of available beer in distribution in Pennsylvania. South Carolina, there's only one way to redeem this. Start shipping some beer up our way.
Yeah,
make us believe in you.
Because
I want to believe in South Carolina that they have good beer, because Georgia sucks and they still get beer to us.
I'm going to say South Carolina sucks because it's just, in general, just a boring. It's like a nothing state.
It feels like South Jersey.
And I should like South Carolina. It's the golf capital of the United States.
I wanted to bring that up, but
there's not much else, man.
Not much else.
It's not outside of Myrtle Beach. It's really not a whole lot. Hilton Head.
Outside of driving your golf cart around on your bachelor party, just being wasted on a fucking golf course.
Yeah, Dan giving up on the GoPro 5 holes in. I'm done.
I'm done. I'm just gonna hang out and I'm gonna get hammered on this. You guys keep hitting it in the fucking trees. I'm not gonna fucking sit here with my GoPro out. I'm here for greatness, not mediocre. That's gonna get there.
Mediocre is generous, Dan.
You guys, oh dude, you guys are hitting it everywhere.
Yeah, we were also hammered.
You guys look like the dude who jumps out and tries to shoot fucking John Travolta and Samuel Jackson in Pulp Fiction. Fucking bullets in.
We were all simultaneously hungover and hammered at the same time. That whole weekend.
And I'm over here like I ain't getting a single shot. Where's the cart? I want some beer.
I mean, South Carolina is pretty easily, I would say it easily takes the cake from Georgia, the worst state so far.
Yeah, I will agree. I will say that South Carolina takes it, and I feel like there's such a stark difference. I feel like North Carolina is going to be a better state when we get to it. South Carolina is going to feel, I mean, when we go to North Carolina, it's going to make South Carolina feel even worse. Like people are just going to be like, I'm not going to go past the state line. I'm just going to stay in North Carolina. I'll stay in Asheville. Right. I'll stay in Charlotte. Like they're going to drive through South Carolina to get to maybe Georgia and Florida, but they're never going to stay in South Carolina.
No. And I would say, I part of me was like, does this suck so bad because we just came off a banger of an episode with Maryland?
That was one of the things I thought as well.
I gotta say, it just sucks. It's
organically just up sucking.
Just sucks. It just sucks. It sucks. It's the worst bunch of sucks that ever sucked before. But yeah, the state sucks. Worst one so far.
I didn't want to drink a Bud Heavy tonight, and I had to because South Carolina sucks that much.
I mean, I didn't want to, Dan, but it went down easy. It went down quick too.
I feel like we're gonna take a break, and next state is gonna be
Yeah, I agree. All right. So this has been South Carolina, Best Friends Podcast, episode 225. See ya. All right. Audio is done. And guys, thanks for sticking around for this pre-record. Hopefully it goes off without a hitch. We're in the chat, kinda, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I'll be in the chat. I'm just gonna pull it up and just respond as I go on my phone.
Yeah.
So as you guys make comments, we'll be answering.
Well, somewhat. We're telling them that you're telling them that now at the end of the podcast.
I'm just saying I might be there.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. We will catch you next week.
See you.